Hi, and welcome to Miss Matthews' Littlest Classroom. Today we're going to learn how to find the volume of rectangular prisms. This one's going to be pretty short, but remember that at any time you can pause the video, apply your learning, and come back for the next step. So what is volume? Well, basically it's how much space a 3D object takes up. Or we can say it's the number of cubic units in an object. Just like with perimeter and area, we can use a formula to calculate the volume. The formula is pretty simple. It's just adding one more dimension, and that's height. So we multiply length times width times height. It can also look like V equals L times W times H. Let's have a look at this rectangular prism. We're going to need to find the three dimensions that I mentioned earlier, the length, the width, and the height. Let's start with the length. That's the measurement along the front here. We can see that there are 1, 2, 3 cubes. So we can write the 3 as part of the formula. Now we need to find the width, which is along the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we can add that to our formula. So now we have 3 times 4. Our last dimension is the height, or how many cubes tall is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add this last measurement to the formula. So we have 3 times 4, and that gives us 12, and then we multiply that by 4, and we have a total of 48. Our next step is to add the unit of measure. Volume is measured in cubic units. Units of measure include the metric system and the imperial system, like centimeters, meters, kilometers, etc., and inches, feet, yards, and miles, for example. Okay, so now we know there are 48 cubes, or 48 cubed units. In order to tell the reader that the measurement is cubed, we need to add a superscript 3. That's a little 3 placed just after the unit of measurement. It tells the reader there are 3 dimensions, length, width, and height. Right now we don't know the unit of measure, so we just write it as units. But when we know the unit of measure, then we would replace units with centimeters, for example, and remember to add the 3. That's it for today. Next time we'll have a look at improper fractions and mixed numbers. Remember to like and subscribe for notifications when I upload my next video. Make good choices!